So far, this empty cargo van has come a long way. We've tackled the exterior, added insulation and flooring, built a full off-grid electrical and plumbing system, and somehow managed to squeeze in a bathroom the size of a closet. But now it's time to tackle one of the most important parts of this tiny home, the kitchen. And I've got a big reason to hustle because in just 1 month, I'm heading to a really important event where I will be living completely off-grid in this van for 4 days with a very special guest that you all might already know and love. Which means that this van needs to be completely move-in ready in just a few short weeks, so enough recapping, let's get started. Let's build a kitchen! This portion of this van build is sponsored by my amazing friends at TotalBoat. Friends, this has been a wild journey, and I'm not just talking about building cabinets. Like, building cabinets is the thing that comes easy to me, so spoiler alert, the kitchen was actually a lot of fun to build. I'm talking about the fact that we turned this tin can of a cargo van into what is really starting to resemble a tiny home. This really has been the most challenging yet rewarding project I have ever worked on, and I've actually been really looking forward to this part of the project where I get to build the kitchen because this is the part that seems easy. But I'm not gonna lie, getting close to the end of this project is kind of starting to make me a little sad. Listen, when I started this project, I was like, how hard could this be? It's only going to take me like 5 months. I've built all of these things I'm about to build in houses. Building it in a van is just like the same thing but tinier. And well, here we are, closing in on like month 7-ish, 8-ish of this build. And yeah, I can confidently say this is the hardest thing I've ever done, but also kind of the coolest.
Why do these projects take you so long, Sam? I don't know. A little heart. My perfect angel.
Alright, enough about being in my feels always. Let's talk about this build.
I'm covered in sweat and mosquito bites, but like today was a great day. I'm so happy with the progress. Guys, we like basically have a kitchen. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna build the drawers and do drawer box installation and interior finishing, and then also possibly patch some of the holes in the wall. I also have to put that panel up there, and as you can see, I dry fit the cubby that I was working on. So there's a lot going on, still a lot to do, but I feel like I made a lot of progress and I'm really happy about it. So let's see what we get done tomorrow.
So what are we doing, Sam? Let's get technical. Well, basically we're building a bunch of boxes, which you know I love to build, and we're building them to fit inside of a tin can that has absolutely zero amount of straight walls. So that's cool. Listen, I keep reminding myself that these challenges are part of what makes this van build so rewarding for me, because every single step of the way has forced me to really slow down and figure things out creatively. And as honestly, as stressful as this has been, it also kind of feels like home, and even if that home is currently like 100+ square foot tin can on wheels. And speaking of small homes, fun fact, my first apartment was a 325 square foot apartment in New York, so I learned a lot about saving space and getting creative in that apartment, and I'm using all of those things I learned on this build. And I know I keep comparing this camper van build to working on a house, but it really is such a similar process. Like, for instance, using this empty space in between the studs of the van to create a shelf for things like laptops and other office items, since I will be also using this van to travel a little bit and work on the road. It's essentially the same concept as using the empty spaces between the studs of your home to create a built-in shelf. I really do feel like once you live in a small space, it's really hard to see anything as anything other than a multi-purpose way to add even more functional space to the place that you live in. If that makes sense.
Did you see that? So excited.
Oh, and P.S. if there's one really great positive to this build, it's that I am now addicted to wiring things up.
It looks so good. Oh my god, I'm so proud of myself. It looks so good. Ah!
Yeah, don't worry, we'll be using that technique in my house and on a big project very, very soon, so stay tuned. But let's stay rooted in reality and like where we are currently. So of course, this entire DIY project wouldn't have been a true DIY project without at least one Frankenstein moment, aka me putting together all of these plywood panels on the walls. And basically these walls at this point were just a patchwork of seams, and they were kind of pretty from afar, but up close, like, it needed some help. So I tapped into my friends over at TotalBoat. They sent me some fairing compound to blend everything together, and It honestly felt like weirdly therapeutic and also weirdly symbolic because this entire build's been full of messy moments, but as I was smoothing things out, it kind of hit me that like, this is kind of what this whole project's been about a bunch of rough spots slowly coming together into something that feels really whole. And like when you make a mess or you do something hard, you figure it out, you fix it, and eventually it all kind of starts to blend together and come together. And yeah, I guess that's kind of what this whole project's been about. Taking a bunch of rough parts and rough spots and watching them slowly come together and blend into something that finally feels like a complete vision. I don't know, maybe all those hours of sanding actually have made me a very reflective person. But don't worry, I still actually absolutely hate sanding. Anyway, who's cutting onions? Well, I will soon be on this brand new countertop that I installed in my van. Ugh, I'm obsessed. Side note, also at this point, I felt like it was really important to hide the actual toilet that is like, I don't know, 2 feet away from my kitchen. So I did use the leftover countertop that I cut off to make a small bench top that folds open so I can still access the toilet if I need to and also have some storage. How's that for being crafty about space? Yeah! Oh, I would call today a pretty successful day. I am very happy with what I got done. Mostly it was just countertops and bench tops, but the only thing I didn't get done today was cutting the stovetop into the counter, but I don't have the proper induction cookware for it anyway right now, so it's not like I can use it. I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon just like cleaning up, doing some little maintenance stuff on the inside, de-dusting it, getting the mattress in, just things that are gonna make camping in here a little more comfortable. I'll circle back in a little bit. We'll go on this journey together. So you know when people share a story and they start the story by saying, they say, ... and you're like, who is they? Well, I'm going to start this story by saying, they say that the kitchen is the heart of the home. I don't know who they, as I'm doing air quotes that you can't see, is, but you know what? I honestly believe them. Whoever said that, I believe you. Because honestly, working on the kitchen of this van has really, really just made my heart grow 10 sizes bigger. But for real, the more I work on this van, the more I'm really starting to see my personality and my style in it. And it's really starting to feel like a tiny home. And not just a tiny home that I can be proud of because I'm like, hey, I built it. But also a tiny home that I know I'm going to feel really comfortable living in for extended periods of time on the road as I travel in it. And that makes me so excited. P.S. This is my first time trying this like faux lime wash finish technique, and I'm pretty sure I'm obsessed, and I think we're going to use it in the house at some point. So if you're interested in a tutorial for that, let me know in the comments because it was a lot of fun. And finishing up the walls also meant it was time to finish up the countertops. And again, I reached out to my friends at Total Boat for this because they make this halcyon varnish that is, I'm doing the chef's kiss thing like you see me, it's chef's kiss. I literally use this on all of my projects. I'm honestly obsessed with it. It's really user-friendly and you can build the coats pretty quickly and get the finish that you want on your piece that you're working on in a relatively short time, and it looks awesome. So I highly recommend it, and I've linked it below in the video description and the materials list along with everything else I've used for this project. And bonus points for drying quickly because after doing a bunch of coats in one day, I was able to get the cooktop in the next day, which really felt like a big personal win. There were a lot of moments in this van build that I felt very down on myself, and getting to this point in the process where every single part of this kitchen build was just something that felt like home to me made all of that go away. Like I almost forgot how horrible doing plumbing in the bathroom was for like 5 minutes of this build because the kitchen just went so smoothly because these are the things I'm comfortable doing. And this was honestly the first time that I could look at this van and be like, yeah, I would totally do this process again, which is wild because this has been the hardest thing I've ever done. But maybe that's why I'm so addicted to doing projects in the first place, because that feeling of completing something that felt super challenging is kind of unmeasurable, for being honest. Well, today's an exciting day because
Everything that I stained yesterday is dry, which means today's the day that we get to finish the kitchen in the van. I'm so excited. I'm battling a little bit of like a teeny tiny headache that I think is going to turn into a migraine very soon. I took a medication for it and I'm not sure that I took it fast enough. So I'm going to try my hardest to like fight through this right now and get this done in the next couple hours. So let's do it.
I feel like at this point in my DIY carpentry woodworking journey, I could probably build drawer boxes and cabinet boxes in my sleep. But one thing that I cannot build in my sleep is this cool shelf that's gonna have a light in it. Guys, I wasn't kidding when I said that I'm like literally addicted to wiring things up now thanks to this van build. For some reason, I thought, you know, it would be really cool to put a shelf in this kitchen instead of a cabinet. I know cabinets have a lot more storage space, but it just already feels so tight in this entire van that I really wanted to have more of open shelving so I can like put things out and see things when we're parked. But yeah, I decided to just be extra and wire up a light on the inside of it. And I'm honestly thoroughly impressed with my skills. I'm not gonna lie. If you asked Sam 8 months ago to do this, she would have been like, oh, heck no, absolutely not. But Sam now is like, I'll wire up anything. You want me to wire up a floating shelf? I got you. You want me to wire up an entire house? How hard could that be? I really think that I've created a monster. But hey, that's the wild part of this entire journey. Like 1 month, I'm hating life, questioning my life choices, wondering why I ever decided to put a shower inside of a van. And then the next day I am on cloud 9, just adding little puck lights to the underside of a floating shelf and pretending I'm a master electrician. You know what I mean? It's just a wonderful roller coaster of emotions. When I started this van build, I thought it would just be like another project, a fun challenge to tackle, one that I was like, you know what, I've never done this before, let's see how it goes. But it's honestly become so much more than that over these past 8 or so months. Like this has taught me so much patience and problem solving and really how to find a lot of beauty in imperfection. There were so many days of this build that I wanted to quit and so many nights I questioned whether I'd even finish. I mean, hey, I missed a whole deadline to begin with for this project, but honestly now being able to look at walls and cabinets and a kitchen that I built and designed and made with my own hands in a cargo van, I just wouldn't trade a single moment of the chaos that got me here, to be real. And honestly, with this big event that I'm so excited about just around the corner, I can finally say that I'm actually truly confident that this tiny home is going to be ready for its first big adventure. Listen, there are still a little few things that we need to finish. Obviously, the elephant in the room being the ceiling and some trim work, but that's going to happen in the next video, which is going to be the final video in this van series. So make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss the final reveal. I mean, hey, you've made it this far with me. Let's see this through together. See you at the finish line, friends. Happy DIYing.